Hello, I'm going to talk about the importance of keeping your belt conveyor clean on your site, which should be done every day before you use the belt conveyor. If it's got material inside it that shouldn't be in there, you're going to have problems with your belt and you're going to have problems with your motor because the motor will be under pressure. Every day before you turn it on, just go through this simple routine. Lift the belt and just check to see if you can see anything inside the conveyor that shouldn't be there. If there's stuff in there, try and pull it out with a bar or something. Especially at the two ends of the conveyor. You may even need to take the tension off the belt and clean out behind the head drum and clean out in front of the tail drum. Take the hopper off if you can and remove any debris underneath that. Especially around the conveyor, if there's piles of material built up around the conveyor or it's sitting in material at the feed end, clear all that material away so the conveyor can run unimpeded. Do this every day, and as a bare minimum, do it before you turn the conveyor on. And that way, you'll make sure that your conveyor is getting the housekeeping it needs to be a happy conveyor and give you no problems on your site. Thanks very much. Hello, short video about loading your conveyor. This is absolutely critical for getting the best out of your temporary conveyor belt, or even if it's permanent. This is what we call a hopper. It's not really a hopper, it's important to understand that. A hopper is something that you fill up and leave to empty. This, you don't do that. This is really a feed boot. It's just to help you aim the material onto the conveyor. And a really important principle to understand about loading a conveyor like this is that you've got to work with the belt. So you only load as fast as the belt takes the material away. If you dump into the hopper and fill the hopper, it will overflow. You'll have material spillage, which means it hasn't gone to where you wanted it to go to, and the belt will take the material up in lumps that are wider than the belt, which will spill over the sides. It's not efficient and it's not good for the conveyor. So if you're loading with a machine, trickle feed the material over the hopper onto the middle of the belt as best you can and watch it take it away. You'll find that it moves the material much faster and with much less spillage and also much less damage to the conveyor than if you just dump and go, dump and go. So trickle, empty the bucket, bring some more material around, trickle, empty the bucket and bring some more material around. You can emulate that and you'll get great results from your conveyor. Thanks. Hello, we're going to talk about belt damage and how vitally important it is to check your belt regularly as a bare minimum daily for damage to the belt. Watch the whole rotation of the belt around the conveyor and make sure that there's no major damage on it. A few little pimples and things in the top cover of the belt is fine. What you're looking for are deep cuts and strips missing off the edge. That's the most common. And here we have a piece of belt where a strip has been torn off the edge of the belt. It's rough and you can see where the real edge of the belt is and where the new edge of the belt is. The big problem with this is that material will now get down through the edge of this belt into the main conveyor frame and it will cause more damage to the belt. So what's caused this damage is very likely something sharp, a stone or a piece of rebar that's got onto the belt or underneath it. This is why you really need to make sure what you're loading the conveyor with has not got unnecessary sharps or sticking out bits of steel in it. It will damage the belt. Damaged belt like this will then damage your conveyor. It will result in downtime and we'll have to change the belt. When a belt loses a strip like this off the side of it, it's a whole belt change, which is an expensive thing. So keep your belt in good condition and check it regularly. Once a day is the bare minimum. Thanks very much. Okay, so we're going to talk about belt tensioning and how important it is to make sure that the belt is tracked centrally on the conveyor. If it's not tracked centrally, you're going to be running into trouble with the belt cutting into the sides of your conveyor, which is going to cause a lot of problems for you and downtime. On this conveyor here, we've got an example where the belt is tracking off, and you can see the belt is a lot further over to this side of the head end of the conveyor than this side, and it's in danger. If they run it like this, they're going to be in danger of cutting into this plate and damaging the conveyor frame. This also will damage the belt. It'll cut the pin out of the edge of the belt and damage the clips, so the belt will eventually fail. To track this belt back so that it's running square, so that you can't see the drum. Notice this side you can see the drum, this side you can't. You don't want to be able to see the drum, you want it to be covered by a belt running perfectly centrally. So you increase the tension on the side that the belt is tracking off. So it's tracking off this side because it's further over to this side, so you increase the tension this side to push the belt back across to the other side. Do it while the belt is running, do it incrementally and slowly, and watch the belt as you are tracking it. If the belt is already very tight, then decrease the tension on the other side, so on the side where the belt is going away from. So pull it back in and watch the belt run slowly across the drum to the center of the drum. When it gets to the center of the drum, stop tracking and watch it. See if it centralizes and stays running straight. If it does, your job's done. Leave the tension there. If it starts running away again, bring some more tension back or more tension forward and tinker with it until the belt is running for a sustained period of time nice and straight on that drum. That's belt tracking for you. Hello, here to talk about cable lengths and the impact cable lengths can have on your conveyor. If you've got one of these cables, red plugs, everyone knows that's 3-phase cable. You can stop this part of the video now. You won't have a problem with cable lengths. You can have long cables with 3-phase. There's lots of power. If you're running on single phase, 110 volt, you need to pay attention to this, because this is a 10 meter 110 volt cable. 2 of these is 20 meters. That's about the maximum length cable we recommend between your transformer and your conveyor. Any more than that, you're liable to be putting far too much pressure on the motor, because as power travels along the 110 volt cable, it's low power in the first place, and then by the time it gets to the motor, it's often only 100 volts. It's not enough for the motor, so the motor is going to be struggling from the start, and then it will eventually give up, burn out and die, and you'll need a new motor, and you'll have downtime on your conveyor, which is even more expensive than the motor. So just make sure your cable lengths are no more than 20 meters. If you need help with this, always feel free to contact our office and we'll do our best to come up with some solutions for you. Thanks.